my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to our timeless path of true love reading, part 1, extended, coming up soon. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal. For short, they're just my initials. I'm not bad. I'm just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. If this is your first time meeting me, I am also the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There is a Kindle version of that book available. It's in chakra chapters. You're going to see a lot of chakras in this reading if you're new. So you can click the link and check out a little preview of Words of Grace on Kindle and look at the table of contents. You can see which chakras have which graces and all of that. But the original version, really seriously, visual Fellini Film Fest version was way too much for Kindle. That is over on Patreon. You can buy it on our shop if you like the original PDF of WOGEIEIO. I love my Patreon. All of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in with me every morning, pretty much, when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link. So we chat together about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, and something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living, right? All of my subscribers also get the extended readings, all of the extended readings that I have done, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They're all soulmate, twin flame, right? Soul contract, true love reads. They're all juggernauts. They're all at least an hour, most of them at least. And the third benefit that they get is an extensive discount with private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that. We'll talk about that more at the end of the video if you want more info on that. But I am very excited to do this reading. I am Venus in Libra, 3rd house, so looking forward to doing the deal. But if you wanna go check out one of my favorite things on earth, go click the link and check out Patreon. I dig it so very much. Really makes what I do so much more fun. Come Patreon on Patreon. I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. You can just call me now. Hi. Hi. Oh, let's do part 1. I took a break from the series to get some of the other things done. This is a timeless read. I do lots of timed reads, the waxing and waning moon reads here on YouTube. So let's get up into it. We'll do some explanation for the new Libras and cross watchers, and then we'll get to the divination after the explanation. If you want to jump ahead, go right ahead, because I'm ready to rock and roll. If you're new, welcome. The Path of True Love read is really your healing journey, your hero's journey, your spiritual path, your path of spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it, looking through the archetypal lenses of the different relationships in your life. Are they always romantic? No. But it doesn't matter, because regardless of what soul contract you are dealing with, you are the common denominator in all of your relationships. So the more that you can heal you as you go, you shift your relationship in every other relationship that you have. Makes sense. We're using Celtic Cross. There's actually a video I did a couple of years ago, a preface to these readings, kind of explaining why I use the Celtic Cross and what the different positions mean. But we're going to get 15 cards in part 1 here. I wrote it down, 15 cards. 2 Caroline Myss Archetype cards, 8th chakra dynamic for party number 1 and party number 2, Celtic Cross. It's like a contract. Party number 1, party number 2 is a soul contract. Then we're going to get 10 Mythic Tarot to lay out on top of that. The lower 3 chakra dynamic, outside looking in at the Libras, or the Libras looking from the inside out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world. So that makes 12. Look, Mom, doing math. And then we'll get, whoa, here we go, 2 Whispers of Love Oracle, 1 for party number 1, party number 2, Voices of the Higher Selves there. And we will end, of course, with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, so it doesn't matter if you're a cross watcher or what. Those healing mantras work if you work them, and I think particularly mantras and affirmations and stuff really good for air signs in general. In part 2, we got 18 other cards, including the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, which will give us the heart, third eye, crown chakra, in between the 8th and the lower 3, because people want to really know what's going to happen in the physical world, so we're doing that first. I used to do it the other way around. I learned. Yeah, we got the Journey of Love Oracle, the Archangel Fire Oracle, the Whispers of Lord Ganesh, also, Angela Hartfield, Whispers of Love, the Blue Angel Oracle, Archangel Michael, the Kuan Yin Oracle, and then we're doing something cool. We're ending with Animal, Vegetable, and Mineral with the Divine Animals Oracle, the Magical Herb Oracle, and the Crystal Oracle. And I'm psyched to do it. And yeah, I just had an interesting connection sort of show itself today. Something brand new. So let's see if he shows up. So let's do this. Both of you on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. Because I will do anything I can to help anyone alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, the spiritual alchemy that we'll see in these 2 cards for party number 1 and party number 2, which affects all the other chakras, what we attract and what we repel, so that we can be happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser versions of ourselves on the path of true love. It's all about lessons, apparently, in a way, right? So that we can remove the obstacles to love's presence, which is our natural inheritance, which is very Course in Miracles, and that is the truth of love that we are. Think truth, love, but the choices you make, throat chakra, right? Most wise, loving, empowered decisions to make, maybe the choice of the decision to be a hero on the path of true love rather than a villain, because it ain't much of a hero's journey without demons, dragons, villains, and vampires, both inner and outer. So enough explanation, let's do the divination. We make the shift from one to the other in the still point. Follow along if you like. Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Damn, I'm chipper today. Still point. Here we go. Pantheonic override. Right. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Libra collective, us Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading. What is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra for party number 1 and party number 2, indicating perhaps the shadow work, the alchemy, the soul power, the soul lessons being developed, alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love in this Libra path of true love read. Party number 1 could be the Libra, may not be. Party number 2 crossing their path on the path of true love in this timeless read. And this is in the title. Let's see how brave you are. The slave and the healer. Now, let's not go there just yet. It's only the first 2 cards. The slave is actually a wild card family archetype. There are 9 different families. So it really, archetypes so rarely are literal when it comes to this kind of stuff. Jungian archetype. But the healer is definitely a member of the healing family. Now, I will say you can have an archetype, a reason, season, or a lifetime, or be dealing with somebody who has this archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. But in readings like this, it's usually that's party number 1, party number 2. So we're not saying that party number 1 is a slave and party number 2 is a healer. We're saying that they are alchemizing these powers. So written on each card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead and this gold. There are 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table of elements that symbolically, well, they can't be created or destroyed anyway, only changed, transformed, surrendered, released. And that's what relationships are for. Lead is an insulator and it's toxic. Gold is a conductor and it's healing, right? So this could be any kind of relationship, but let's look at the lead for party number 1 with the slave, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. That's lead, right? Fear to love. That's how it rolls. The light, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. That's what I mean. There is no true love without truth. So the mind's doing one thing, the heart's doing another, but it is the throat chakra to say, for example, I don't know what to do. Help, right? A simple prayer. Party number 2 with the healer. Now, as lovely, as horrible as the slave sounds, you can see the divine potentiality, right? To surrender your power of choice to the divine, whatever you call that, with complete trust, and that does take practice, certainly. But the healer, as lovely as it sounds, listen to the lead, taking advantage of those who need help. That's not good, right? Failing to care for oneself is usually more what I see when someone's dealing with the shadow healer, and we all go through it. I am a healer. I'm a spiritual counselor. I still do hands-on healing work every now and again, but I'm not taking a break from that for a while. The light attribute, or the gold, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. There's the alchemical art of healing right there. So this feels good. I mean, the potential, right? Because what is it like when you don't know what to do in a relationship and you don't want to hemorrhage the power to the other person? You want to go not this way, this way. All right, let's see. Lovely Celtic Cross. I cut my teeth on the Celtic Cross reading tarot when I was 12 years old. I'm going to be 55 in a couple of months. Oh my god, that's next month. Oh wow. Crap. I know, I don't look at things. Let's get these cards on the table. Please take a nice deep breath. I am all sorts of saucy today. Saucy. Still point. Oh, that feels nice. My gods override. I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Libra, powers of the East, please. Beloved gods of cardinal, creative air, 10 cards, face down, Celtic Cross. For us, Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sons, and Cross Watchers watching this video drawn to this reading, beloved ones, we've got party number 1 with the slave archetype in the 8th. What's that look like? Outside in, inside out. For the Libras and the Cross Watchers, same thing. Party number 2, crossing the path with the healer in the 8th. Leave the card in my hand. What's going on there? What's that look like? Being tricky. Lower 3 chakras dynamic for party number 2. What is at the core of this? Subconscious influences, unless they're really tuned in intuitively. What is it they need to know about this? Perhaps yet, well, present but unseen. Where have they been? What's in their behind? What's behind them on the path? What's crowning, sort of hovering in the air, in the ethers, an act of will, something to choose whether or not to bring this down. That's what crossroads are. So what's crowning this contract? Where are they headed? What's just around the river bend, just around the corner on the path of true love? What is before them on the path? Symmetry, Virgo, Venus, and Libra. And what is the lesson, the universal learning template from the outside in, right, inside out? What does this look like, lower 3 chakras? What are they learning? What do the gods want them to learn from this, or at least the circumstances in which they find themselves? From the outside looking in, how does the world see this if we were to bump into these two in public? How about their destiny, their hopes and fears? What they most hope for is their destiny. What they most fear is their fate. There's golden lead right there. So where are they on the hero's journey aspect of the alchemy here? Their destiny from fate and the most probable outcome to the timeline of this lifetime for this slave healer contract for the Libra Collective and the Cross Watchers. Here we go. This pretty much came out quickly. Party number 1, slave in the 8th. Ooh, judgment on the outer when it's a major arcana card representing a chakric zone the way I read. It's usually all 3 of these. This is Hermes, a psychopomp. guide of souls, guiding the souls to the underworld. I mean, talk about a River Styx speed pass there. I mean, it was there a lot, I would best. By the way, not everybody. Didn't bring everybody down there. But certainly the Judgment card in the lower 3 chakras, something is revealed, right? Could be a card of reconciliation. Could be a thing of, honestly, as a result of surrender to the divine, there is a shift in the physical world here, and something is revealed for better or for worse. It's usually neutral. Location, 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 and another major arcana card. Well, the healer. The healer here with the card of the Chariot here. Aries in the Chariot, the light horse and the dark horse. Inspiration and motivation, what you really want and what you got to do it, right? So this seems very full steam ahead. Again, lower 3 chakras. Not even feeling it 1 chakra dominant there, but I would say 2nd chakra, one-on-one relationships. Obviously, this is a very powerful connection. Going on here. And a 3rd major arcana card. That's why people might bitch about how long I take to shuffle, but this is why I do it. So I know, particularly with Dionysus, my patron god, I literally have a grapevine pentacle tattooed on my shoulder cap with the letter D on it, right? The Fool, here it is, taking the leap of faith. This is something that is brand new. Oh my god. Am I in the reading? I think I might be. But no, I'm aware of that, right? This is something brand new. A leap of faith. It's not the first card in the major arcana. It's the 0. The Magician is the first card. So this, again, could be a reconciliation. This could be 2 people coming back together. Is it a romantic thing? We'll see. But certainly that could be family members, right? That could be friends. And even if it's not a full-on horrible thing that happened, we'll see. With the Judgment card, there's something is revealed so that a final judgment or decision can be made here. But it looks like this is a brand new opportunity. Both could have baggage, dealing with a new person, perhaps. Well, let's see where they've been. 3 of Wands. What are you willing to wait for? Right? Definitely solar plexus. Your honor code, right? What am I willing to stand for, and what will I not stand for, right? Your boundaries, your honor code, right? Your sense of self-esteem as a verb. 3 of Wands here. Where do you pledge your loyalty? Where doth thy loyalty lie? Now, if that's a consideration in the past, and who hasn't taken the time to do that, this might be something that you have been waiting for, perhaps, but one that also you've sort of been doing your own work. If we're looking from the outside in, what's crowning this? Oh, shit. Our first court card, if they have the zodiacal connection, they do. If they don't, they don't. If it's you, it's you. If it's not, it's not. Knight of Cups, certainly called the romantic knight. Are you waiting for a knight all this time? Whoa. Just confused J-Lo and Cher. They'll probably both be mad at me. I put La Mer on my toast too. The Pisces card, mutable water. All the knights are mutable water. Pisces, now that's what's hovering here. If these 2 have not met, then there is definitely a Page of Cups message being trotted in. The 4 knights also travel at the 4 different speeds of a horse, right? Walk, trot, canter, and gallop. Pisces is trot. It's a little maybe hot to trot here. And certainly with that Chariot card there, the healer wants to move this along, I would think, is perhaps a little eager there. But if their intention, right, it's not so much what you do, it's why you do it. If it really is to heal here, which it does feel like, this can be good. So whatever, is it a messenger? Do they have to be Pisces? If you have any Pisces in your chart, I'm a Pisces moon, then that can be relevant, certainly, but it's hovering, right? So maybe there needs to be a bit more of an emotional message being given here, or at least mutable water, something going and flowing. The thing about Pisces energy, trust me, I know, it's dolphin and shark, right? You can feel lead or gold in a blink of an eye. Not quite like Cancerians, though. They do it different. But interesting. Now, again, we're going to get the Daughters of the Moon Tarot in part 2 to see what's backing that up. What's just around the river bend? Another major arcana card, Strength, Heracles. 12 labors of Heracles here, strangling the Nemean lion for a lovely outfit that he wears pretty much everywhere else. I mean, if you're going to have to do it, I mean, don't tell PETA. But this was a long, long time ago in, Greek myth. What you're going to do? Go against the god of strength, son of Zeus. Wasn't that cute when they said it in the Disney movie that he was the son of Hera? I'm like, no. no. Sanitize ancient myth. They weren't thrilled about that, by the way. Tell the truth, people. But certainly, what does this say? Lower 3 chakras. An act of courage, right? Of strength, of lower 3 chakras. This one feels a little like it's going to be a little bit more solar plexus here for each one of these to move forward, right? Because it's going to really take the strength to do this. But I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 major arcana cards in just the cross, and we're looking at Judgment, Chariot, Fool, and Strength. That says something. That definitely says something. It's good. I mean, look, people are like, oh, it's a past life thing. All relationships happen simultaneously in the unity that time is an illusion. So yeah, sure, figure that in if you like. But certainly that could be something that is being revealed here. Let's look at the lesson. Queen of Cups, another water sign here. This is Scorpio. From the outside looking in, this can be very, very deep, but very, very secretive. It could be very, very, either the whole thing is a secret, you don't want anybody to know, you're taking a leap of faith perhaps here, so you're not talking about it. Maybe not so much open communication. Again, if it's new, who wants to spill everything day one? Some people, I don't. Virgo power, cross your legs, no. A little mystery goes a long way. Helena Troy, of all things. Helena Troy, face that launched 1,000 ships, and honestly, there are better exfoliants now. We're lucky. Queen of Cups, Scorpio, fixed water here. The lesson here is probably about feeling this, or if we were to look at the lesson, it's about feeling this deeply inside, right? Also ruled by Scorpio, transformation. And that's the thing. True love conquers all. True love heals all wounds. True love breaks all curses. Regardless of the form of relationship, it is an inside job, but when two are in agreement and willing to do the transformation from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, which is what Hades, the death card, is in this deck, is about. But from the outside looking in, it's another major arcana card. Zeus is the emperor. I mean, this is quite an interesting power read here. The divine masculine card, the conglomeration of all of the kings in the court cards, the cardinal energy. So you have fire, earth, air, and water kings, and then you have the spirit king of Zeus holding lightning. I mean, this could really change things. Could this also be a relationship that's very masculine dominant? And I'm not talking biological gender, it may be, but certainly we're looking at not a king, but an emperor. So very powerful here. This could be a power couple, but very powerful in the masculine aspect of it in the outer world. And again, couple, we immediately think of that, but you know, as romantic, maybe it is. Nothing is screaming it right now. I just don't like doing clickbait, right? I don't like everything being all that, because you heal your relationship with your parents a little bit, it shifts your romantic stuff. It's all interconnected. Forever Young. Oh, here we go. Another court card. From the outside looking in of where you are on the journey here, it could be either one of you, obviously the King of Wands, Aries, first sign of the zodiac, self, ego, and personality, also the child of the zodiac. This certainly would say to me, regardless if anyone has any of these signs, that right now it's about doing the work within yourself, which would make sense if this is about soft divine, light of touch, speak ye little and feel real much, right? The very, very deep thing here. And remember, this healer, there is a passion to help, to heal, right? To serve this way, and a slave someone with the slave archetype wanting to surrender or needing to surrender here instead of hemorrhaging power. And here we go, outcome. Ready? Last card down, the Lovers. All right, that's at least one indication. Yeah, I mean, it's the Lovers. But this is a life-changing decision, not a choice. Every choice has a consequence, but the consequence of a decision is it's life-changing. And sometimes we don't often realize that a choice ends up being a decision, and vice versa. This is the Judgment of Paris, which actually involves Helen of Troy. Someone hucked a golden apple into the wedding of Cadmus and Harmonia. Harmonia, daughter of Aphrodite and Ares. By the way, he's on the table. And written on the apple was to the most beautiful goddess. 3 goddesses went for it. Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena, right? And Paris was chosen to decide who got that apple because not even Zeus would touch that one, right? Yeah, 2 of my daughters are my wife. Which one, right? Who am I going to give this to? So each goddess offered him something in exchange on the side. A little shady, but, you know, goddesses, they get to do what they want pretty much. So Hera offered him the world. She's holding the globe there, right? Just sort of like Zeus is in the Emperor. And saying, I'll give you worldly power. She offers him power. Athena says, power? I can make you the wisest man that has ever been. I will grant you eternal, omniscient wisdom, right? So you'll know where to be, when to be, and all of that. And Aphrodite, of course, offers him the most beautiful woman in the world as his wife, his love, his true love. And that would be Helen of Troy, who was married to somebody else. The Trojan War out of one apple. By the way, the goddess who threw the apple in was the goddess Eris, because she wasn't invited to the wedding. Because who invites the goddess of discord to a wedding, right? Unless it's a Discord server. Oh my god. So yeah, there's a life-changing decision here, but that's the outcome of this chapter of this story. So, it should be interesting to see what's backing that up in part 2. Particularly the Journey of Love Oracle. I want to see where that goes. So, let's get a whisper of love for party number 1 and party number 2. The voices of the higher selves for party 1 and party number 1 and party number 2. If you're not sure exactly which one you are in this, because sometimes that does happen, then it can also, these readings can also be used as a divine feminine, divine masculine, yin and yang within yourself, but usually that's mirrored outward in some relationship in our lives as well to give us some clues, tips, and hints. Well, let's ask the higher selves. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, perhaps even my own, beloved ones, please, 2 cards in clarity. What is the whisper of love, higher selves, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, to help party number 1 with the slave archetype in the 8th and the judgment on the inner, and party number 2, healer, judgment on the outer, healer, in the 8th chariot on the outer, for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Path of True Love read. Party number 1. Party number 2. Keep it simple. Romance. There you go. There you go. Now it's official. It is a romantic reading. Okay, alright. So romance. Lavish the one you love with your personal attention and affection, but you do that without hemorrhaging your power to somebody, right? Giving up your will out of fear of choices is not the way to go. That's passive aggression, at least minimum, right? Over here, have patience. Love is patient and kind always. So, that healer with the chariot there might very well be feeling some impatience here and some excitement here, but, you know, Patience is a virtue, and I find it actually comes from gratitude in the present moment just for your breath, if necessary. Like, I'm still breathing, I'm grateful for that, and then the nervous system starts to relax. Okay, I like this read. I like this read a lot. Let's get one of them there. Matt Kahn Healing Mantra cards on the table. These mantras work if you work them, and I do think air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever, have a better shot with them because it's the element of air, thought, right? And particularly cardinal air, creative air. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters Override. I call to the Ascended Masters of true love, and there are more of you than people are aware of. Please, beloved ones. Please, beloved Ascended Masters of true love, meaning that you guys have mastered this already. One card in clarity of just one, right? Doesn't matter, party number one or party number two. What is the perfect healing mantra to help party number one with the slave archetype and party number two with the healer archetype alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love? In this contract, Judgment crossing the Chariot sounds interesting. The Fool at the core, Three of Wands behind them, Knight of Cups above them, Strength before them. The lesson, a Scorpio lesson, even if one of them is a Scorpio, rock and roll. Emperor on the outer, how the world sees this. King of Wands in the Destiny, which could be an initiation unto itself, but cardinal fire. Oh, and the opposite sign of Libra with Lovers as the outcome, which means to be continued once a life-changing decision is made. Party number one, higher self saying romance. Party number two, having patience for this path of true love read. Unhooking the past. There's nothing to regret when I learned from my past. That's lovely, right? So again, this could be a reconciliation with that Judgment card, a resurrection, if you like. You know, sometimes you can have an erection and a resurrection. It happens, I've heard. Holy, glory, glory, hallelujah. I mean, have patience here, party number two. Do your healing, you heal you. And I do think that that definitely speaks to that King of Wands in the ninth position there, alchemizing fate to destiny. What you can't change, right? You can't change your eye color. You need contact lenses, that doesn't count, right? But what do you see? What do you want to see? What do you do with it, right? So I'm going to read it from the bookie book, but it does make sense that the slave and party number one with the slave archetype, I have to be so careful with the language with that for my own sake, right? That they surrender the will to the divine there and do this for themselves, have their own revelation, so that they can make the wisest, most loving, most empowered, life-changing decision at the end of this. In the same for healer in the eighth for party number two with the Chariot, to really unhook their own past, whether they've just met or it's a come around, but it's definitely romantic, and we know how well that goes. Great fun, yeah. Let's heal our because, man, how else are you going to have a healthy, romantic, really happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, whatever, if you haven't unhooked the past? And I think this mantra will do the deed, but you got to work it, though. There's nothing to regret when I learned from my past. When you unhook the past, you are able to see crucial moments of growth from fresh perspectives. This allows you to see the mistakes of your past as catalysts for development, not as something you did wrong. The ego is never going to see it that way, but that's the part that's being healed, particularly with the Aries first personality, ego. The self. It is an opportunity to see how your previous actions could have been better aligned with your highest values. When you learn today the things you didn't know before, you're able to meet your current circumstances with renewed clarity, so the past can be unhooked instead of repeated. Like summer school, but not, right? This mantra is ideal for overcoming self-criticism, releasing shame, and being more open-minded. Well, I have to say that sounds healthy. I think that's healthy. Too long food. I think that's healthy. Let's put this together in a blessimation. This is lovely, and then I will reset the table because we gotta get all them other cards on the table, and we'll jump into part 2 on Vimeo.com if you want. You can pay per view if you like. I love me some Vimeo, but for the price of one extended reading, you could be with us a month as a hero. Just saying. Shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Let's bless this. Still point. And we end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for us Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with all that we need on the path of true love, particularly party number 1, so that they can surrender their power of choice to the divine with complete trust, which would certainly, I would think, bring about a revelation, and so that party number 2 can embrace their passion to serve this party number 1, repairing the body, mind, and spirit as well as their own, with an ability to transform pain into healing, which might be what this lesson is about. Unhooking the past, because there is something brand new about this, or at least a leap of faith. Something's done, something hasn't quite happened yet, but it looks like a message might be coming in. We'll get there, because there has been a time of loyalty, of reconsideration, of boundary clearing, perhaps here, what they will, what they won't, what they do, what they don't, what they're willing to wait for, and what they're not willing to stand for, which brings a certain clarity, so that when the Knight of Cups comes a-trotting in, any kind of Pisces energy there is just maybe to make a general read more specific, but certainly going with the flow, and definitely now we know a romantic gesture coming or going from party 1 or from party number 2 that's going to take courage and strength and the ability to endure what needs to be healed individually here for this to move to its next stage, because from the outside looking in at the lesson itself, the universal learning template, the archetypal template, is a Scorpio card. Queen of Cups, fixed water, deep emotion, but also sometimes intense emotional transformation going on here. And if we were to walk into these two on the street at the crossroads, we would see an Emperor pairing here, a Zeus pairing, something that could change the world, something that could change themselves. But in an instant, emperors don't wait that long unless they're planning something, because as we said, the destiny here seems to be achievable by keeping it in the eye. Wow, I haven't said that. Very Alcoholics Anonymous, right? Keeping it in the eye, right? Doing their own healing. Being happy unto themselves, unhooking the past, obviously part of the lesson here, because we're never upset for the reasons that we think. Course in Miracles, there's always something else swirling around down there in the subconscious, some hidden lead there. Regardless, may they be blessed with all that they need to make the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, loving, wise, empowered decision here, as party number 1 lavishes the one that they love with affection and all of that. And party number 2 has patience, because love is patience and kind always, as they unhook the past, because for both of them, there's nothing to regret when they learn from their past, because they've already grown. And it couldn't have happened any other way. Everybody's doing the best that they can in any given moment. I know it doesn't always look that way. And it's okay to be kind, because everyone is fighting a hard battle with themselves, with the world, with whatever. So may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions of themselves, and bring out the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions in each other, for their well-being, for the well-being of all, anchoring more true love into the planet's electromagnetic field, which we kind of need right now. Heal all wounds, conquer all, break all curses, blah, blah, blah. For their well-being, for our well-being, for the well-being of all. And with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. And look, it's not much alchemy without the depth, right? Unhooking the past. This is very much an alchemical read. So if you liked it, please hit the thumbs up and like it. Help the other Libras find it. I mean, at least you know for sure it's a romantic read. If you want more of me here on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, notification bell, and all of that. But honestly, Patreon is where it's at. For me and my patrons, we're having such a good time over there. We're even doing like private workshops over there for different levels of subscription. But all of my subscribers get those 3 benefits, just to remember. They get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, all of them, and I'm telling you there are a lot of them, been doing these for years, as well as an extensive discount, private sessions, spiritual counseling, and readings with me. But we also have 2 7-day free trials for our first 2 levels of subscriber, Seeker and Human. You can check us out for 7 days, and if you want to bail, you don't have to pay, but you also don't get the you don't get the extensive discount, but you would have access to the daily check-ins as well as all the extended readings. It's a lot to watch in a week, but you can do it. You're an air sign, right? But buyer beware. Everyone who has done a free day trial has stayed a subscriber. So just so you know, we're really having fun over there, and I'm really good at what I do. I've been doing it long enough, and Patreon is a wonderful way to do it. Lots of creative freedom, but it still ain't OnlyFans, at least not for another year. So far, we're doing good doing this. So I love you. Hang in there. It's a very, very powerful reading. And if you want my help, there's a link in the description box to a video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains everything in about 11 minutes, how to book it, right? It's all on my website too, drawingthecircle.com. Just click the store. You'll see reading packages and spiritual counseling, lots of other digital media. All of that digital media is also available on Patreon, by the way. Yay, they let us do that. I love that so much. And, book me. I'll be glad to. I've never turned anybody away because of lack of money. I never will. That's not who I am. That's part of my honor code, because I'm a witch. And when there's a witch, there's a way. But, it's got to be fair. Live and let live. Fairly take and fairly give. Thank you, Dorian Valiente. So hang in there. This is wonderful. And really, there's nothing to regret what I learned from my past, which might look like there's nothing to regret what I learned from my past for a little bit. But remember, you literally have the God of Heroes here on the path down the road for both of you. So hang in there. You can do this. This is your métier. This is your 7th house Libra thing, really. We are the lovers of the zodiac. We get so poetic about it when we're feeling it, mostly. So wishing you the best and the very, very best on the path for true love. Thank you for watching. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.